It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Rams and the Colts, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy, really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. You talk about this Rams defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Ready.
Richardson. They'll run the screen with Moss. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A run here with Hull. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Colts are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
On 2nd down, here's Hull. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We both know there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. There, Richardson back to throw it. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. Touchdown, Colts! Kylan Granson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
Those are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Rams set to go to work on offense. And they're led by a man who topped the 50,000-yard mark in passing for his career a season ago. In year 15 now, here's Matthew Stafford.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. You look at this Colt defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. 2nd down, here's Richardson. This pass reeled in by Hull. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll run with Hull. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Option play, a give to Hurd. Down to about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now the 4th-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? I don't like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Fighting through. And outbounds right around the 20.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Stafford. He'll get this one to Cobb complete. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Los Angeles.
Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
Get it. Ready.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it. That's going to be taken in by Downs. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 1st and 10. It's Richardson. Finds his big tight end, Cox. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, right side. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. The kick by Marr is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before the half. Richardson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin out in Houston, and it's the Steelers who are out in front. Allen Robinson, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Bryce Young has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that one all tied. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. So here are the Rams to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
A nice carry by Akers, and what a journey it was for him last season. Coming off of injury, away from the team for a while, he did come back later in the season and led them with almost 800 yards. Still scratching the surface of what he can do. He can be a dynamic presence on the field.
And he's got some space here. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, LA! Cam Akers, his second rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Colts 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now on fourth down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
Turnover on down.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Now Stafford. Got a man, it's Higbee complete. Touchdown! Tyler Higbee, 26 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Again, it's Richardson. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Richardson. They'll run the screen with Moss. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
1st down, Rams.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's home. And a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And there to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Marr able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And now they're in the hurry up. 1st and 10, it's Richardson. That's going to be caught by Alley Cox. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. That complete to Downs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Here's Richardson to throw. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's another Colts.
Richardson eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll go again here with Akers. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
16 yards. And the Rams first down.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's a run with Akers on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Face mask. Defense.
Don't do us like that.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Akers going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Here's Stafford. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So Richardson and the Colts now down by 16, a little over 30 seconds remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Jack. 18. Pioneer. Ready, right?
Now Richardson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Boy, shifts past him, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Ready.
So the LA Rams were the victory here. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Rams, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they too will leave here at 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.